Have you ever imagined having your stomach outside your body with a will of its own, devouring everything around to keep you alive? The truth behind the Parasites of Maggott, the most bizarre mutant of the X-Men, is more disgusting and tragic than any fan could ever suppose. What do you think would happen if these creatures turned against their host once and for all? The answer will surprise you. Hey clickers, subscribe with the bell activated, comment on the content you want to see on the channel, share this video to help us grow, and leave your hype. This helps us a lot. The saga of Japheth, who would come to be known as Maggott, is one of the most unique and disturbing in the Marvel Universe. Born in South Africa during apartheid, the young man suffered from a mysterious illness that left him constantly weak and with terrible stomach pains. His condition was so severe that it defied all medical diagnoses of the time, plunging his family into despair. The boy's life was a cycle of suffering until an extraordinary event changed his destiny forever. In a moment of extreme agony, his abdomen split open, and from it emerged two creatures resembling giant slugs, which he named Eenie and Meenie. The initial appearance of these entities was traumatic, but what he didn't know was that they were not parasites in the traditional sense, but rather the manifestation of his mutant power, a sentient and autonomous digestive system. These two techno-organic slugs were not invading organisms, but rather vital extensions of Japheth's own body. They possessed the incredible ability to consume any solid matter in their path, digesting it externally, and then transferring the nutritional energy directly to their host's body. This process not only cured him of his chronic illness, but also granted him superhuman strength, endurance, and durability. The young mutant became dependent on these creatures for his survival. Without the energy they provided, he would quickly return to his fragile and sickly state. The cavity in his torso served as a nest for the slugs, from which they would emerge to feed and to which they would return to nourish him. His first significant appearance occurred in Uncanny X-Men Volume 345 in the year 1997 when he sought help from Magneto, believing the Master of Magnetism could alleviate his peculiar condition. It was Magneto who guided him to the X-Men, realizing that the nature of his power was mutant. Upon joining the team, the South African found a place where his appearance and abilities were not viewed with revulsion, but as part of his identity. However, his journey was marked by challenges. The nature of his abilities made him a target and a curiosity. During his time with the mutant heroes, he fought alongside figures like Wolverine and Cyclops, but his tenure was brief. He eventually joined the Generation X team for a short period, seeking a more suitable environment for someone of his age and inexperience. The dynamic with his companions was complex. Although they were part of him, Eenie and Meenie possessed distinct personalities and could communicate with him telepathically in a rudimentary way, expressing hunger and other basic needs. The fate of the bearer of the digestive slugs took a dark and tragic turn. In search of a normal life, he left the heroes but was eventually captured by the Weapon X program, a nefarious organization dedicated to turning mutants into living weapons. Inside one of its concentration camps, called Neverland, Japheth was brutally murdered. His faithful companions, Eenie and Meenie, were also killed and kept as macabre trophies in test tubes by the camp's director. It was an inglorious end for a character with such unique potential. Years later, during the events of Necroshaw, the transmodal sorceress Selene resurrected him using a combination of dark magic and the techno-organic virus. He returned as a mindless servant, forced to fight against the very X-Men who had once welcomed him. Recently, with the establishment of the sovereign nation of Krakoa, Japheth was one of the many mutants resurrected by the Five, a group of mutants whose combined powers allow for the creation of new bodies for the deceased. Brought back to life with Eenie and Meenie by his side once again, he finally found a home and genuine acceptance among his people. The Krakoan era offered him a new chance to explore his powers and his identity, far from the fear and prejudice that had marked his previous life. The origin of his Parasites is not an infestation or a curse, but the manifestation of an extraordinary mutation that redefines biology itself, transforming an internal bodily system into an external and sentient survival tool, a truth that has been at the core of his journey of pain, loss, and eventual rebirth. So, did you enjoy uncovering one of the biggest mysteries of the X-Men? Maggott's story is proof that the mutant universe is full of bizarre and fascinating surprises. We want to know your opinion. What other character with strange powers would you like to see analyzed here on the channel? Leave your comment below, as your suggestion could be the topic of our next video. Don't forget to leave a like to support our work, share with others who are also comic book fans, and subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Your interaction is what drives us to bring more incredible content like this. Thanks.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards